Hey, what's up, folks? I know I haven't been able to actively review anything lately, and it's due to the coronavirus pandemic. And I'm sure, just like many of you, I also have been going through a lot of problems, and I still am going through some problems uh, due to this pandemic and everything that it brings along with it. So I have only recently managed to get back here with another video. So I hope you're all doing fine during this period, during this tough times. Alright, so let's get down to the review. So the headphone jacks have been seen in fewer phones day by day. However, the overall audio performance does not improve parallel to that. Not in the same pace, at least. And furthermore, we still don't see many wired earphones with USB Type-C connectors. Therefore, the consumers have to use the converter cables. So some of us who still, prefer to go wired, still have to go with these converter cables. So with all these combined, I decided to review a DAC amp cable since we already need a USB Type-C to 3.5 millimeter cable when we want to go wired, which I know a lot of you folks still do. So might as well use a good one at that. That contributes to the overall, experience, right? So that was the idea. All right, so today I'm going to review TC35 DAC amp cable by Hi-Fi. Okay. A quick explanations for those who don't know. DAC refers to converting digital music data to analog signals. Okay, and amp basically boosts the sound, those signals, right? So that's with that being said, let's go. Let's start with the unboxing. All right, there you go. All right, so that's the end of the unboxing. Almost. You see, it's very simple, very basic presentation here. Maybe too basic even, but that's fine. That's fine. So what we have here is the converter here, Type-C to USB-A here, and the cable, the product itself, and the warranty card, CDD Electronics. Okay, and the website here is ddhifi.com. So that's basically it about the unboxing. All right. Okay, so there is no information regarding the chip it has, but it has a CS42L42 DAC chip. So now I'm not an expert on this, but it seems to have a solid performance, this DAC chip. Okay, now let's take a closer look. Here we go. Okay, 3.5 millimeter aluminum build. Here, USB Type-C. Here, no branding, no nothing. Nice coloring. Quite neat, actually. It looks nice. Looks good. And supports. Now, I'm just going to read the information that I have managed to find on their website. Supports CTIA. That means it's compatible with some inline microphones. Most of our cables have an inline microphone, so allegedly it supports that, and has 105 core, 7N single crystal silver plated OCC cable. Sounds fancy. here a close-up. There you can see, I think, right? Looks nice. It's a silver plated, so I hope that it won't get oxidized in time, not in the short term or medium term at least. So far it's soft, feels nice, looks nice, so that's good. Right, so max decoding is up to 192 kilohertz and up to 24 bits. And signal to noise ratio is 114 decibels with minus 98 distortion. That also looks good. Compatible with Mac OS, Windows, Android, but only for Windows you need to install the driver from their website. But that's basically it. Looks nice, sounds nice based on the specifications, but just like everything that I review, there are things that I like and there are things that I don't like, and it also applies to this product as well. So let's get started with the things that I don't like first. First thing first, the driver. Now the driver for Windows seems to be working, but you can't really tell by looking at the software that you installed. That's due to the under-designed software. I haven't been able to adjust any settings on Windows 10. Now the software launches, it starts, you plug it in, but you can't change anything. Of course, when you plug it in, you can tell the difference, but you can't tell anything by looking at the software, the driver. Okay, that's the problem. That's the thing, the first thing that I don't like. And somewhat power hungry. This small thing here, kind of power hungry. It definitely has a noticeable impact on your battery life, phone's battery life, but not too much. It's still within the acceptable boundaries, in my opinion. Maybe your battery will die slightly, earlier than before while using this, but it's not too much, and I think it's acceptable. It's fine. And the phone that I use has a 3500 milliamp capacity, so I'm noticing it, but I can live with it. With the newer phones, with the phones that have higher battery capacity, you might not have this issue at all. You might not even feel the difference, so it's not a big deal. But again, I can't say as a plus. I can't tell this as a plus. So, and the next thing that I don't like is that sometimes during a phone call, the mic stops working like after a few minutes. I tried it and tried to test it with different cables, and the issue persisted. It was always the same. I'm not sure why it happens, because based on the specifications it says that it supports this CDIA compatible something, just work with the inline microphones. And initially it does work, but after a few minutes during the phone call, it just stops working. And that's basically all the things that I don't like about this cable. Now let's get to the things that I do like. First thing first, it really reduces the background noise, it really clears it. Now I had this problem with my laptop, and when I plugged in my earphones to my laptop directly, I always could hear the background noise. Maybe the IEMs that I use are maybe slightly sensitive, but I don't think that's the problem. It's the problem with my laptop. Maybe the sound card, sound chipset on it. So, but when I used this on my laptop, the difference was day and night. You just plug it like this and connect. and connect the earphones, the cable here, and the difference was then that I could no longer hear that background noise. Okay, so that's a big plus. Next thing is the soundstage. The soundstage is okay, nothing spectacular, of course, but the width is slightly increased. You can tell the soundstage is slightly wider, and that's something. And the next thing is the amp. The amp really amps the overall sound. I always use it on lower levels. I never felt the need to go, try the higher volume levels. I think I use it on, I don't know, 20%, something like that. Just saying that it's quite, powerful. And the next thing is it has almost no sound signature, meaning it doesn't change the overall signature of your earphones, which is actually a good thing because this is not an equalizer. This is not supposed to be an equalizer. This is basically a DAC amp cable, so what it's supposed to do is enhance the sound, maybe boost the sound and clears it, and enable the earphones to reveal their maximum performance at best, but not equalizing, not changing the sound, and in that sense it's a good thing. With that being said, the bass is neutral on this. The mids are more transparent, and the highs are slightly extended without harshness. So the slight brightness here is the only minor touch-up that I can tell in that sense. So if we have to name it, maybe we can say neutral bright-ish. And the last thing is the clarity. It is undeniably present. Good performance there too, like I said with the example about my laptop. Definitely clears and the background noise, and also the helps the detail retrieval. So now DD Hi-Fi also has TC35B version, but that version has a different design. It pretty much looks like this, has no cable in between, smaller design, but I think I prefer this type because of the potential problems that it might cause. Such design can cause. For example, if you just plug it here, if there is no cable in between, I think it's more prone to breaking your Type-C slot. With this, I think you have a slightly lower risk of damaging your USB Type-C slot here. Again, this is just my idea. I'm not sure if really works that way in real life, but this is just it's just worth mentioning. I'm just sharing my thoughts. I think this is a better one in that sense. Of course, the other one has a newer chipset, and maybe if you're okay with that, if you don't think the same, if you don't feel the same way, you can try that one too. So this is the end of the review of TC35 DAC amp cable. If you're looking for a Type-C to 3.5mm cable for under 20 bucks, and this was I think 19 bucks by the way, this is definitely a go. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions, like, subscribe, and stay tuned and stay safe and healthy in these difficult times, and I hope to see you in another video.